The sun hung low and heavy in the vast Serengeti sky, its merciless rays pouring down like molten fire, transforming the endless savanna into a shimmering, deceptive mirage. The land rippled with heat waves as far as the eye could see. 26-year-old wildlife ranger Maya Patel dragged a weary hand across her drenched forehead, wiping away the sweat that stung her eyes. Her throat, dry as dust, burning with thirst. She hadn't tasted water since sunrise, and the brutal heat was beginning to claw at her strength. 4 hours, long, grueling hours. She'd been on the trail of a group of poachers. But with every step, the sun was draining her, slowly, surely, cruelly. Her radio gave a soft, broken crackle. Then silence. Nothing. No signal. Not even a whisper of help. Her canteen. Bone dry. It had been empty since dawn. Each step now felt like climbing a mountain. Dizzy spells hit her in waves, her vision pulsing at the edges, her muscles trembling with each forward push. But still she moved. She had to. She couldn't stop, not here. Not now. Not when she was deep inside lion territory. Alone. Then it happened, suddenly, brutally. Her knees buckled. Her body gave out. Maya crumpled forward into the brittle grass, landing face first with a dull thud. She tried so hard to lift herself. But her arms, her legs, they shook violently. No strength left. Her world spun out of focus. Her voice caught in her throat, too weak to scream, too hoarse to whisper. That's when she heard it. A sound that sliced through her like a blade. A low, deep, bone-rattling growl. She stopped breathing. Time froze. Slowly, painfully, Maya turned her head toward the sound, every nerve in her body on fire. And there, barely 10 feet away, stood a massive male lion. His golden eyes locked onto hers with quiet, terrifying intensity. His black-tipped mane swayed in the dry breeze like something out of legend, and every muscle in his body looked carved from power itself. And behind him, shadows shifted. 3 lionesses emerged from the tall grass, their movements slow, curious, silent. Their ears flicked, their tails swayed in hypnotic rhythm. Maya's heart slammed inside her chest. This was the end, wasn't it? She had survived so much, dodging poachers, surviving snake bites, pushing through sandstorms, but this was how it would end. Torn apart by the very animals she had vowed to protect. She squeezed her eyes shut, bracing for the pain, waiting, trembling, but it didn't come. Instead, she felt something warm, hot breath against her skin. She dared to peek. The lion, that massive lion, was inches from her now, sniffing. First her hair, then her hands. His breath was hot, heavy. His whiskers brushed her arm gently, almost like a breeze. And he wasn't snarling, not growling, just watching, studying her. Then, in a moment Maya would never forget, the lion lowered his enormous body and lay down beside her. The lionesses circled her, slow and graceful. They didn't lunge, didn't bare teeth. One of them, a younger female with a jagged scar across her nose, stepped forward, sniffed Maya's canteen, and gave it a soft nudge with her paw, followed by a low, almost playful chuff. And then, they settled around her, forming a loose, protective circle with their bodies, as if she was one of their own. Maya's mind, exhausted, overheated, overwhelmed, struggled to grasp what was happening. She could barely hold on to consciousness. But she knew one thing. They were not attacking. They were not leaving. They were staying. As the sun finally dipped beyond the horizon, painting the sky in streaks of fiery orange and deep violet, Maya began to shiver violently. Her fever had spiked. She was delirious. But still, the lion stayed. And when the chilling laughter of hyenas echoed through the night, the male lion rose, slowly, powerfully. His roar, deep and earth-shaking, ripped through the darkness. The hyenas. Just like that. Maya drifted in and out of sleep, caught between now and then, her dreams bleeding into memories. Flashback, 3 years earlier. A younger Maya, fresh out of ranger training, bright-eyed and driven, was patrolling that very stretch of land when a sudden high-pitched cry tore through the silence. It was sharp, panicked, desperate. She followed it, carefully, through the tall grass. And then she saw him, a lion cub. Teeny, helpless. His leg trapped in a wire snare left by poachers. Blood trickled down his side. His eyes, golden and wide, filled with fear. No mother in sight. Maya knew the risk. Approaching a cub meant risking a protective, possibly fatal response from its mother. But she couldn't walk away. She crouched, whispering soft, calming words. The cub whimpered but didn't attack. Slowly, she cut the wire, freeing his leg. And instead of running, the cub pressed against her, his small body leaning into her side. Just for a second. Then, a rustle in the bushes. The mother lion appeared. Silent, watching. Maya froze. But the lioness didn't pounce, didn't roar. She simply nudged her cub gently, and disappeared back into the tall grass without a sound. Present day. Lying under the stars, barely conscious, Maya's mind flickered with a terrifying realization. The lion beside her now. His size, his presence, and that faint scar across his shoulder. It was him. The cub. He had remembered her. At dawn, the hum of engines echoed across the land. Help had finally come. Her fellow rangers arrived, weapons ready, expecting the worst. But what they saw? Maya, barely breathing, surrounded by lions. The male lion stood tall, proud, unshaken. He looked at the men. Watched them. Then, as if understanding it was time, he gave Maya one last look. And led his pride, his family, into the golden grass, vanishing like a dream. 3 months later, Maya stood at the edge of the reserve, binoculars in hand, scanning the land she loved. And there, on a rocky outcrop, watching her, the pride. The male lion's eyes met hers across the distance. His mane shimmered in the sunset. He didn't roar. He didn't growl. He didn't need to. Because that look said everything. This is the power of the wild, where survival, loyalty, and the most unexpected bonds are born. If this story moved you, touched your heart in any way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more real-life animal rescue stories that will absolutely leave you speechless.